If you went to the mall and went to Hot Topic and you saw a band on the wall, that's a band that I was into most likely. Wounds has been a song almost a decade in the making. It's the performing and making music that people can relate to is the end goal. I'm willing just to risk it all for it.
Hello and welcome back to Banditfox Studios. Today I'm super stoked to bring AJ onto the channel. He's the lead vocalist, guitar player, and primary songwriter for New Jersey indie rock band Spring State. I met AJ a little over 2 years ago while he was getting the band together and finishing up writing their first record, Everything Must Grow. We went on to finish the production and all the mixing and mastering right here at Banditfox Studios. That record came out in June of this year, and we're already working on their next couple songs. In fact, you'll hear AJ talk a little bit about their upcoming single, Wounds, which comes out on Tuesday, December 17th. So with that, let's get into the questions. Hope you enjoy the conversation with AJ.
Spring State got started kind of at the tail end of senior year when I got into college. I just found a little brochure on my grandfather's counter for a Florida national park called Silver Spring State National Park, and I liked the combination of the word Spring State, and I didn't think much else about it. But I'm like, yeah, when I start really doing music, that's what I'll name the project as. And I was already writing music under my own name, but I wanted to do Spring State as a full band thing. Unfortunately, it would be a lot of years until that actually happened. When I was leaving Florida in August of 2022, the months prior, I just started going online to forums and subreddits and wherever anyone would listen and be like, hey, I'm moving up to Jersey, I have a handful of demos. Who's interested in that? And I just collected people from various corners of the internet to do it. And with some moderate success, we found a lot of good people. When I was writing Everything Must Grow, it was just me recording all the demos and with some occasional input from my buddy who was also recording the demos with me. His name is Alex. But when I went up here, I told the musicians, I was like, hey, here's the demos. They are by no means set in stone. Like, just for the love of God, put your own spice on them. And Mike, our bassist, went absolutely crazy with that notion. We added harmonies. His bass lines are so much better than mine in every possible way. Ed threw his spice on some of the lead lines and rhythm lines on the record, and I couldn't be happier with who we had for it. So my biggest inspirations are probably a lot of the Beatles, and then just further off the deep end with that is like My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy, Modern Baseball, The Hotelier. Just a lot of if you went to the mall and went to Hot Topic and you saw a band on the wall, that's a band that I was into most likely. So Wounds has been a song almost a decade in the making. It was written about my best friend Brandon, who passed away when we were both 16. He passed away unexpectedly from a brain aneurysm. And I had a lot of real grief and trauma trying to process all of it, being so young and having such a deep grief affect you when you're not really emotionally prepared for something like that. I spent a lot of time mulling over the lyrics, thinking to myself, oh, is this good enough? Is this worthy of his memory? And I just decided to finally put the pen down and pull the trigger on it. And I had to put it out there. I just finally had to say my piece about it. I'm just really excited for just the growth of the band, to see where we go and take this. It's not promised that we're going to do anything crazy or big with it or grow outside of New Jersey, but I'm willing to take the chance to just see what happens, because just the performing and making music that people can relate to is the end goal, and I'm willing just to risk it all for it. You see the vision, you see the vision that I have in my head, and when I have troubles pulling it out, you know what I mean. When, on the record a couple times where I'm like, oh, I want this sonic space to be occupied, I need this thing happening, and I was trying to portray the idea and bring it out of my mind, and you're like, oh, like this, and I was like, that's it, that's the exact idea. Oh yeah, Jeremy gets it. Jeremy understands the the nuance of production. It's important to be able to recall those ideas that are a little less succinct when you want to occupy a specific sonic space, and that nuance can make or break a song, and I think Jeremy can understand that. So Banditfox Studios for life, baby.